Hey guys, welcome back to another video where today we're going to be making Summer Sonic. Now this one's going to be the free version. To start with, head to the avatar editor menu, then go to reset, clear appearance and confirm. Next we're going to go to the body section, head to the head and then search for less. And what you want is this one here. Next head to the arms and search for trick. Now the ones you're going to want is this one here, but hit the cog and apply it to both arms. Next, we're going to move to the legs, which we're going to use boy. This is the one we normally use because it works really well. So remember to hit the cog and do both legs at the same time. So now we're going to the final part, which is the torso and search for bear. And you want this one just here, which then completes the body. So now we're going to import the clothing. So this is the one I've used for the upper half. And I'll leave the code in the description for both this and this one as well. And this is going to be used for the pants. So now we've got that, we're going to also now paint the hands white and then move over to scaling the body because it looks really odd because we haven't done anything. So straight off the bat, I'm going to head in and start adjusting these to be very similar to what we've done in the past with my other Sonics, which is the small version. Now, I know some of you have probably looked at the recent one and gone, well, that one was much bigger. Why haven't you gone with that again? Honestly, I still prefer the smaller builds. I still think the proportions are correct, but I just prefer how detailed they look, and I don't know if you agree or not, but I can always do a bigger version at another time. But for now, we're going to continue with the same build that I've done before, and this is what we're going to do. So now we've moved over to the lower width, where you want to make the upper leg slightly thin, the lower legs slightly thicker, because once we get the height sorted, this will become the upper half of his shoes. Now, obviously, if we're on the paid version, we could probably get some items to put on his feet, but for now, this is how we're going to replicate it, and I think it looks pretty good. So now we're going to shift over and search for eye. Now this is the one you're going to want, which is this one here. There's other eyes you can choose, it's not a big deal, they're all the same fortunately, but I've chosen this one. And we're going to make this become the head of, obviously, Sonic. So what you're going to do is bring it back a bit and resize it as I do on screen, just so you can get the dimensions and proportions all correct. So with that being said, obviously we're looking pretty good at this point, so we're going to shift over and move to the next item, which we're going to search for Keb. If you spell it right, you'll find this item here, and this is one that we use quite often to put the face onto, because it works really well for just a texture overlay. So with that being said, we need to resize it, rejig it, and more importantly tilt it so it faces down slightly, otherwise the texture we applied doesn't work. So now we're going to amend the head because I've realised it's a bit thin and it doesn't quite go to where I want it to. So now we've done that, I think it looks pretty good. And we're going to texture it. So this is the code we're going to use, which is for the HD blue. And it's by, obviously, the owner you saw there. We're going to use this over and over again. So I will obviously credit him again later on in the video. And you've got DJ Gamma, who's created this face. Beautiful. So now we're going to go and search for the bunny ears. Now, you know what I'm going to do with these? These are going to become the long parts of the hair, as it were, or Sonic's long bits of the head. I know we can use the Sonic hair at this point. I still think that this works out better with how it looks because these older versions of Sonic don't have the short hair, they have the longer bits, which is what this replicates. But I also think off the top of my head that you have to pay to be able to import, or have the Game Pass to import the Sonic hair, if you haven't got the Game Pass, obviously. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is the case, and because of that, I'm going to stick with this method on this video. So next we're going to search for Gummy, which will become the lower part of the hair. And if you spell it correctly, it's going to be this item here. So with that being said, we're going to move over to amend it and make it sit in the right place. And by doing so, we just copy what I'm doing on screen and you should be able to get the hair to look pretty good. Now obviously I'm going to spin him around so I can see actually what I'm doing, but I'm going to play around here just on the width because I'm not quite sure whether to go slightly wider or to bring it back in again, as you can see what we're doing. So now I'm happy with that, we're going to shift over and search for tooth. Now we're going to use the trick here to get two of them, so hit the cog, then click the icon and go to equip, and that gives you both of them to equip and play with, which is really cool. So now we move to the tuning menu and we're going to start with the first one first, obviously. So this is going to become the part that's on the top of the head, so like the main hairpiece in the centre at the back, that's what we're going to make this into. And then obviously the second part, we're going to bring it down and then obviously amend it to make it fit very nicely, and like that, it's already starting to look good, although I need to bring it back a little bit and adjust it between the other one because they're a bit too far apart. So I'm happy with that now. We're going to move over to the next item, which is the fox ears. This is one we've used quite often, it's this one here, and with the texture we can apply to it, it's going to look pretty good. there are some textures I have created for this particular build. So some I have borrowed and others I have made to make this work. And you will see for sure later on one of those because it was needed to be able to make the costume complete. So at the moment I'm just amending the ears to make them fit correctly on the head, and I think that's pretty good. So moving to the next item, we're going to search for chicken. That's right, we're going to use this old drumstick here to use as the nose. We've done this quite often, so I'm sure some of you have already got this saved as a template. You know what, it works really well as I've said. I know for sure I can't use the lower half of Sonic's face just yet because again it requires you to have the Game Pass or to purchase it to be able to use it in the game, which I don't want to do either of those, so we're going to replicate it this way. So now we've got that in place, I'm going to search for ocean, and this will give you one result, which will be the glasses we've got here. If you've seen Sonic, he's got the pair of glasses rested on his head, and that's what we're going to replicate right now. So now we've got that out of the way, we're going to just quickly tweak this to be on the top of the head and obviously give it that tilt to make it look like it's sat and resting just in front of the ears. And just like that, we might need to tweak it a little bit and make it wider, and then I think I'm pretty happy with that outcome. So now we've done that, we're going to need to texture all of these items, so we're going to go with the blue first, and this is by HD Sonic FNF. Copy, and then we're going to start pasting this on a lot of the items. So the next ears, likewise paste them and put it on. Then this ears, likewise paste them and equip it on that as well. And in the last two tooths, as it were, we want to do the same thing. What I will mention at this point is I have forgotten to texture the nose. I will leave the description or the code for the black nose in the description below. So please look for it there because you won't find it in the video. So that's the texture for the ears that I had created. And then obviously we're going to now go and get the Hawaiian shirt. Now, with that being said, I need to put this on and then I need to apply the texture, which is this one here. This is one I have created, so remember this code or copy it, and this will give you the correct colour for the shirt that Sonic's going to wear. Next we're going to move to the animations and we're going to use the R15 default walk and obviously this typical run.
Hello guys, welcome to
You stupid.
Huh? Surprise! Emotional, damn it!
If you made it this far into the video, remember to type into the comment section below, Skit goes brr. And there you have it, that is my version of Summer Sonic. If you liked it, obviously hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye!